Huh. Something weird happened. It stopped showing on the television. Okay. So this time last time I experimented with turning down the decibels for the commentary portion. And that seemed to work out alright. You know, my voice was less too loud. So, but I'm not sure what you could do with the game audio, because that one also seems too loud. At least, and leaving it at maximum volume for, like, the player. Because obviously you can just turn that down. But if there's no way to adjust the game audio, then it'd be better to just leave the vocal audio up so that you can turn, when you turn it down in the player, you know, because it's too loud, you know, the voice portion isn't too low, assuming that you can't change the game audio volume. And I'm not sure if there's an internal way to do that. So anyway, this time I just turned the volume down on the TV and hope, well, maybe, and see, will that affect the recording this time? I'm not sure if it will. I don't think it should. I don't think it works that way, but I'm not sure what else I'd do. And unfortunately, that would make it hard for me to listen to the game. And that's, you know, part of the experience. So, I doubt it'll affect anything. But if it does, then all the better. Not sure what my strategy for this is going to be. Just don't like the wine. I feel like I normally do something else, but I'm not doing it because whatever. Oh, bother. Having it on lock rather than hold probably has been helpful there. But it feel confident in it actually locking on, so I like did it twice. Obviously it didn't work out. And then the second time I wasn't feeling confident, so I waited too long, and I gave him the chance to burrow underground, I guess you'd call it. Are there more than one fairies over here? I don't think so. Shouldn't be. That would make sense. It seems like, you know, this would be like the second half of the dungeon, but really it's basically almost over. I think. I mean, it definitely goes deeper, but I'd say it's still pretty much done rather than saying, like, you know, this whole second half to it. You know, unlike the first dungeon where once you get past, you know, it seems kind of big, but once you get past the webs, that's where it really opens up and becomes larger. I mean, because it's a big tree, so you think, oh, this is pretty big. And again, I might be thinking of, like, if it's the first time seeing a Zelda game. If it isn't, then you'd say, Well, this has to be some kind of introductory area. I'm not really sure what experience that game for the first time is like if it isn't your first Zelda game, if you know what I mean. So maybe you'd have that intuition. But then again, it's also the first 3D Zelda game, so then maybe you'd think, oh, well, they can't make levels as big, so this one's just going to be kind of small. Because it's 3D, so it's harder to make big levels. And to be fair, I think the levels are maybe a little... I say levels, I mean dungeons. Maybe a little small by comparison to like, I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember if there was more gold Skulltulas. I don't think there are, other than the one up there. It seems like there's just a whole bunch in this dungeon, and all in the same room. So you think... Wait, maybe there... Oh, there aren't any more. Did I get that? Or do I have to Z-lock it? I have to Z-lock it. Whoops. Okay, whatever. Yeah, so like that really only unlocked like 2 rooms. I think this is like one of the more fun boss fights, especially of the youngling fights. Oh, maybe it has to go against it. Or it needs to, like, not have electricity going through it. Darn it. Oh, really? This is where the cool part really happens, because then it's like, oh, side down. Well, anyway, you can just see it. Oh, he's dodging electricity, that's what I want. Especially when they start shooting 2 at a time. It seemed like that was going on for a while. Well, anyway, I said it looked cool. I didn't say it wasn't easy. Although it is pretty hard if you haven't figured out how Z-locking works, or that it is even a thing. Like you would do when we were kids. Not me and you, I mean my sister and I. Or maybe just me. I think that'd be it. So anyway, the pro strats is to collect the heart first, and then open these jars, so that you get your hearts refilled. So if these don't produce hearts, they produce rupees. So you get money. Obviously, if you're running out of health, you'd make sure to get hearts, but it's not an issue. Just a little. You know, I have a false memory of, instead of saying her precious possession, it's engagement. You don't know what engagement means, but, and then it goes on to what it says. And I always remember it saying that until I started, well, like when my cousin played it and I watched him play. I could have sworn it said that, but no, it's not. It's talking about precious possession. And I don't think that I could get that mixed up. Alright. She always has a good time. I don't know what she finds so funny. I guess I'm kind of experimenting with just coughing regularly, or, you know, pushing it aside. Not that it'll do any good unless I specifically watch the videos, and I kind of do want to do that, but anyway. That's another spell I use even less than the fire one. Like, at least I considered using it at the beginning of the dungeon when there were the two Octoroks, and because I saw it and I thought, hey, maybe I should use that, because that'll kill them both. Like, nah. It did not last. That thought did not last very long. Obviously, because I don't have the sun song at the moment, you may as well spend your time swimming over there and then swimming back, because it's not night, so you can't get the gold Skulltula until the time changes. So, you may as well use that time doing something rather than waiting for the whole time. You know what I mean? It's just more efficient. Let's try to get a good thumbnail moment. I don't think you can use just anything, though. I think, at least on YouTube, you can only get, like, the three that it chooses for you, and then you work with that. In fact, I wonder how that's rendering right now. Since I'm just waiting, maybe I can just refresh on that page on the YouTube Studio and see how that's doing. See if it'll let me change that. The thumbnail right now. Normally you wouldn't do this, but normally you wouldn't have two hands free when you're doing this. I don't know, maybe I should just cut this. No, I'm not gonna do that, because this is a part of the game. It is, I tell you. Wait, does time not change it? Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so, I just used the, I decided to go to Lake Hylia in order to change time, you know, using that hole in there. And I realized there's some gold sculptulas here, too, so, may as well sew those on screen. Oops. And plant this here. Let's see. I don't think you can get the one in the tree. I don't think you can get that one till you're an adult and can climb up the tree. I mean, use the hook shot. I'm pretty sure. Not getting those dynamic poses. So, I was originally going to cut the whole well, a lot of things, but I think I'll just cut, well, I guess at this point, just the parts that I was silent for, that I was, basically up until I realized, oh, I guess there's something I can do here, so, may as well sew that. So I guess I won't cut as much as I thought I would. Like, I was going to cut, like, getting back up into the room. But now these guys are, like, saying new things. So you're going to say the other of the two lines that... Yeah, so there's just two lines these guys say now. So I got too short so bad. So we're going back up here. You think he might say, at least say more than that? If not, you know, give you something. I must forget this every time. I mean, the fact that you can use the Sun's song here to change time makes me think that you can also wait, which isn't necessarily the case because, wow. Anyway, isn't necessarily the case because in, like, the town, you can change time with the song, or on the ranch, or the other town. So, you know, it's not like in a place where time doesn't progress naturally, you can't also use the song time, the sun song. It just feels like you can. Or, what was I trying to say? Well, anyway, that's the implication for why I would think that time goes forward, even though that's not the case, and I probably make that mistake a lot of times. Although I usually have the song, the sun song, so it's not much of an issue. This is the only time where I forgot about it, and now I'm deciding to do something a little different with that. so I can get that 50 for good. Even though I do actually like winning rather than just getting rupees. Obviously, that's massive profit. I'm gonna also just outright win, not just get the money. Oh, well, we've maxed out now, so I guess that really is just getting him to say congratulations. Oops. Congratulations. Can't use B to quick climb though, like you can use the quick swim. Okay, so while I'm here, is there anything I want to do in the forest? Or go there to go to the mountain? I don't think there is.